Ooh, so Robin, how's some good strawberry kiwi, huh? Alright. Vitamins we need to keep our organs running. So what team do we have today, Robin? What team is that?
Dallas Stars.
The Dallas Stars. Okay. Stars. They're quite bright, right? Right. Being bright. We know God is light, right, Robin?
That's right.
There's no darkness within him. That means he does what's right.
That's right.
So we know David, we talked about David in Psalm 78, that he walked with integrity apart.
That's
right. Okay. So I learned in, Robin, in Psalm, we're going to study Psalm 41, 42, and 43. 1, 2, 3, let's go. So before we get into Psalm 40, Robin. Read this, Psalm 40:17. But as for me, David, I am poor and needy. May the Lord think of me. You are my help and my deliverer.
You, my
God, do not delay. God is our help and our deliverer, right?
That's right.
So David was poor and needy, right? How is a king poor and needy? He has all of everything he needs, eh?
Right.
Well, it really actually shows when you're poor. It means that you're dependent on God. Okay? It's a spiritual need. You need something to fill the void that we miss. Okay? Or even if you're rich, you need that spiritual fulfillment from somewhere. Don't you? The money can't fulfill your deepest desires. You always want more, correct? That's why you depend on God. Okay? So David called himself poor. He needs God to help him through emotionally, especially through tough times, right? Okay. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Don't forget that. So you were reading 1 Samuel 28, 29, 30, correct, Robin?
Mm-hmm.
We learned that David was part of the Amalekite, or the Philistine army, right? And they recognized Saul killed thousands, and how much did David kill? Robin?
600.
Tens of thousands.
10,000.
Right? And the guy's like, whoa, David's really great. He killed all these, when he's part of Israel, he killed all these people. He could turn against us. And guess what? The other leader of the Philistines said, I have found no fault with David. But because my men are afraid of what you've done in the past, tens of thousands, God must have helped him, eh? David must have had a lot of trust in God for him to defeat all those people. He did, right? He praised God with the heart, didn't he? Well, so he had to let David go. So we know that David walked with integrity based on that story, right? Integrity of heart. So yes, in Psalm 40, verse 41, verse 12, Robin. So integrity is in Psalm 78 and also Psalm 41, verse 12. Because of my integrity, you uphold me and set me in your presence forever. Okay, that's David saying to God. David knows he'll be in God's presence when he does. Okay, forever, eternity. Right? So it's that time. Okay, and then David says at the end, praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Amen and amen. So then in 41, Robin, David says this about those who have regard for those who are poor, okay, or weak. If someone has regard for those who are poor, dependent, it says this, the Lord delivers them in times of trouble. Ooh. Very important.
True.
The Lord protects and preserves them. Those who have regard for those who are dependent.
That's right.
The Lord preserves them. Okay? Read this. They are counted among blessed in the land. And he does not give them over to the desire of their foes. Okay? So we learned that David got away from the Philistines, right? And there was a town called Ziklag.
Yeah.
And he was raided by somebody else, and David went after the raiders and plundered, got the plunder, and plundered, got the plunder, back. Okay, took the foes, he defeated the foes. So read this, Rob, with me. The Lord sustains them on their sickbed. Those have regard for the weak and the poor, and restores them from their bed of illness. Okay, that's very encouraging.
That's right.
That God takes care of us and can heal us from our illnesses. Okay, verse 4, Robin. I said, have mercy on me, Lord, forgiveness. Heal me, for I have sinned against you. So not only did David need physical healing, but his soul. Okay, his mind, will, and emotions need to be healed. Okay, that's for salvation from the Lord there. That's Psalm 41, verse 4.
Right.
Okay, verse 5, enemies here. My enemies say of me in malice, when will he die, and his name perish?
It may perish.
Okay. When one of them comes to see me, he speaks falsely, while his heart gathers slander. Then he goes out and spreads it around. So hold on. So there's enemies against David, okay? But then it says, verse 10, Robin.